What's up, folks? Bill Murphy here from the Sports Insanity Network, and welcome to another edition of Murphy's View and a tradition that we are continuing today. Today, I will be ranking all the NFL new coaching hires this season since we're about a week before the season starts. So I am going to do a ranked tier just as I do every year, and I'm just going to predict how they're going to do this season. And then come January when the season's over, as per tradition, I am going to re-rank them based on how they did this year. So without further ado, let us get down to ah, give me a sec. Okay. Without further ado, let us get down to business. Okay, so here it is, the all sacred rank tier. So what we're gonna start with, we are going to go in alphabetical order. We're gonna go in alphabetical order, and we're gonna start with the Chicago Bears with Ben Johnson. His previous coordinator, he was the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. That was his previous position. He had in 3 seasons, he had his in 3 seasons. His first season, he had a top five offense, 8 games over 30 points, single season record in franchise history. Second year, his offense was ranked third, and third, it was the top ranked offense in the NFL. During the 2024 season, Johnson's called the league's top ranked offense, 33.2 points per game, and set multiple records, including most 40-point games without any turnovers, which was five, and achieved the highest point per game in franchise history, 20. Then the Lions had 6 games scoring at least 40 points and became the first NFL team in history to produce 4 different players with 1,000 scrimmage yards. Now, I think coming in here with Chicago, he's got an offense he really needs to beef up. He can really now help develop Caleb Williams, a young quarterback. I think I think he can really do what he did to Jared Goff, what he's to Caleb Williams. I think he can really mold Caleb Williams to the superstar he can be. And he's got a lot of other things he can fix, such as an offensive line that allowed 68 sacks last season. So he's got to fix up that offensive line to protect Caleb Williams. And hopefully he can help develop those. He can get He's got weapons that he can now properly create to help develop Caleb Williams. So I think Ben Johnson, he is going to be in A tier. Okay, next from the Dallas Cowboys is Brian Schottenheimer. He was also the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, here's the thing. He was the offensive coordinator for 2 seasons, 2023 and 2024. 2023, he did good and connected with Dak Prescott in 2023. In 2024, the offense just regressed. And what didn't help is that Dak Prescott was injured. Now, to be fair, that's not entirely his fault. It is not entirely Brian Schottenheimer's fault. But how this Dallas offense is going to be, and especially not just the offense, but especially yesterday when we got the news about Micah Parsons on defense, what kind of team is Dallas going to be? So I hate to put this, I am going to be putting Brian Schottenheimer in D tier. Okay, next up we got Liam Cohen of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was his previous position was he was the offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he really shaped up this offense that the season before he came, they ranked 23rd in the NFL in yards and 20th in points. And they ranked third in yards and fourth in points. And and then the Bucks were the only team in 2025 and 2024 in the who were in the NFL top five for both rushing and passing offensively, ranking fourth with 149.2 yards per game rushing and third with 250.4 games per passing. And he's going to be calling plays on a full-time basis. The one thing that I am going to be a little concerned about is Trevor Lawrence, because in his fourth year in the NFL, he's actually going through his third coach. He went through Urban Meyer, Doug Peterson, and now Liam Cohen. Now, how can he adjust to Liam Cohen? We're going to have to wait and see, but I do have positive feelings about Cohen, so I am going to put him in B tier. Okay, next, the Las Vegas Raiders of Los Angeles. That's for you, Mike Rifkin. Pete Carroll, previous position, we all know he was the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, his tenure in Seattle, he had 14 seasons. He was 137 and 89 and 1. He went to the playoffs 9 times, had a 10 and 9 playoff record, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 Super Bowl title. I think Carroll is in a good position. The only thing that is kind of on my mind is his age, but I think age is just a number. And he's got Geno Smith, who he has worked before with Seattle, so he knows how to get him going. And I think he can really help Las Vegas do a good season. So you know what? I'm going to put Pete Carroll in A tier. Okay, next up is Mike Vrabel of the New England Patriots. Now, okay, he was the 2021 Coach of the Year for the Tennessee Titans, and I have to say it, after the 2023 season, that was the weirdest firing. But I remember the day after, that's when the Patriots let Belichick go. And Robert Kraft had previously said that if Belichick is no longer coach, who would they want? And he said Mike Vrabel. But it was weird. Why didn't they just hire Mike Vrabel? They went with Gerard Mayo instead, which was a weird pick. And then New England just bombed last year. So I think Mike Vrabel is a great choice. He knows how to play both sides of the ball. Even though he is more of a defensive guy, he played on defense in New England, ironically. And but he's not a defensive play caller. He can handle both sides of the ball. He has the NFL's best rushing attacks and their stingiest rushing defense. And in 4 consecutive seasons, the lowest they finished in those categories was 6. So I am going to give Mike Vrabel A. All right, next one, Kellen Moore of the New Orleans Saints. He was previously the head coach, no, not the head coach, the offensive coordinator of the Super Bowl defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. Over his reign, such as in Dallas, Los Angeles, and Philly, the pass rating just kept improving, such as in Dallas went 103.5 play action passer rating. Then in Los Angeles, 17.9 play action passer rating. And with Philly, 116.1 play action passer rating. Philadelphia ranked 7th in red zone trips per game this season, and they had a large turnover rate under Moore's watch this season. The Eagles had the fourth lowest giveaway rate. So that's all well and good, but the one problem that Kellen Moore is going to have with New Orleans is that they have chosen Spencer Rattler to be their quarterback, which I think is a very strange pick, in which you got a new guy to develop, Tyler Shaw. I think that would have been they should have started with him because Kellen Moore can develop him as a quarterback. But one must do with what one has. And I think Tyler Shaw, Spencer Rattler, who was like 0-6 last year, I think he's not a good pick. I don't think he'd be a good quarterback pick, but I do think Kellen Moore can. I do think Kellen Moore can, because he has developed quarterbacks before who have already played. Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, just recently Jalen Hurts in Philly. So I honestly think Kellen Moore, I'm going to put him in C tier. Okay, the last one, and this is for Reggie Boy. Aaron Glenn of the New York Jets. He was previously the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He led the defense in their 2023 season to the second fewest rushing yards allowed. In 2024, his defense tied for second in the NFL for fewest passing touchdowns allowed. Now, I think now with the I think right now Aaron Glenn also, he's got a really tough attitude, holds players accountable. And like, here's the thing. He can Now the Jets are in a new era. Rodgers is gone, Salah's gone, Douglas is gone. There's now a new regime. Aaron Glenn is not Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is a little too nice. Glenn is the hard ass they need. They're done with the Aaron Rodgers drama. Thank God. They are just done with, as Rex Ryan called it, the Aaron Rodgers Country Club. So now I think the Jets have someone who's going to hold the team accountable and is really going to get in their face. But how is this transition going to be, especially with Justin Fields, even though Glenn has praised Fields for tuning out what's been said, but I think Glenn could really get this team on track and can really toughen them up. So I'm going to put Aaron Glenn in B tier. All right, so this is our 2025-2026 NFL preseason ranking. We got in A tier, we got Ben Johnson, Pete Carroll, Mike Vrabel. B tier, we got Liam Cohen and Aaron Glenn. C tier, we got Kellen Moore. And D tier, we have Brian Schottenheimer. No one in F tier. That is very shocking. We got no one in F tier. So just wait until January, in which I'm going to be doing this again and re-ranking them on how they did with this past season. So thank you for watching. I'm Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy for the Sports Insanity Network. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Take care. Go to www.sportsinsanitynetwork.com. Check out our blogs, our history, and check out our podcast available on all platforms. Thank you. Stay safe and take care.